Hey, we're backstage with Miley Cyrus. Miley, last time you got to sit down with my dad. Now I'm here. At least I look a little bit like him, so it's kind of like he's here.
Kind of like he's here with us in spirit.
he's definitely here with us in spirit. So I was in Kentucky a couple of weeks ago, and I go into Walmart, and you're everywhere. What was it like for you? I mean, have you been in a Walmart lately?
Yeah, I did. I actually went and bought some stuff for a couple of my friends the other day from my line, and it's pretty rad because I remember being back home in Nashville, and Mary-Kate and Ashley's line was there at that point, and I was all about it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel what kids feel like with me, and so that's pretty cool.
Now, you have a new line that you're doing with Max Azria. And am I pronouncing his name right?
Yes, Max Azria.
With Max. And were you real hands-on with that, like picking the colors and the fabrics and the look? And what was the inspiration for it?
We wanted to do something different. Every time, a new season comes out, we want it to be completely different. Our first thing was kind of UK, British punk kind of, but with more kind of a hippie look as well, which is what I kind of like. I like being very chill, but also being able to add kind of an essence of rock and roll to it. So we wanted to make sure it was just something really different, something really unique, and also have something that's very different, but also things that you would see in a big store, that you would see in a department store that kids would want to buy.
And is it stuff so it's stuff that you would actually wear too?
Yeah,
obviously.
I wear the jeans all the time. They're my favorite. Is the jeans.
And it's all real affordable.
Yeah, one of the shirts that I saw someone had on the other day, I was like, I love your shirt, and they were saying it's from Miley Max. I was like, I know, I designed it. I remember making it, and they were like, this was over there for $10. I was like, that's really amazing. That it was actually a mom too, and it looked so great on her. And I didn't even think it was my line because it looked very couture on her. And I was like, God, that looks so good. Just it depends how you pair it up.
And moving into the music, Party in the USA, #1 on iTunes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With the music that you're doing right now, what do you use as inspiration when you're writing?
I'm in the midst of writing right now for my next record, and I just want to, Party in the USA has been super successful, which I was really excited about that, but it's not the kind of music that I necessarily want to pursue, or I never really, when I came into the business, I started doing pop music because, what Hannah Montana was, and because that is what people listen to, but now I'm kind of at a point where, I don't really care how many CDs sell or how many, hits I have. I want it to be music that I really enjoy. So I'm happy that I'm able to start doing that. And now I'm just kind of writing, just thinking, I don't care if one person hears this or a million people hear this. I just want this to be something that I turn on and I can listen to and I'm really proud of.
Are you at all concerned that you'll alienate some of your fans, or is that just kind of how it goes?
I think it's kind of inevitable as you change. You're not always going to hit every target, and I think that's why Party in the USA, that's kind of genuinely what people like. People like music that's very fun and
happy.
Yeah, and that's what people like. And for me, I've always liked that kind of music, and I feel like I can really do both, which is really good because I have a show that's very much like that. I have a television show that's very uplifting and very fun, and I want my music to stay positive because I'm a very positive person. But I also just want to continue to sing things that are real and things that people don't necessarily always hear. And I don't know how, people will react to that, but I want to continue to do, a little bit of both.
And that's what I think is so cool about you is that, you're a real artist. And some people don't understand that in the industry, is that you are a true artist, as true to the word.
I think, on my next record, I think people see that, and especially on the tour. And there's not one line that I'm not singing. And someone said the other day, they were like, yeah, we heard that you sing the whole show. And I was like, it's a concert. If you want to listen to a track, then you can turn on my record, And so that's just something that's always been really important to me.
Some artists do that. Is it just because they're dancing around so much that it's hard to sing at the same time?
And that's why I have 10 dancers that can dance. I don't claim to be a dancer, and I don't. I could get up there and fake a guitar, fake whatever, but I'm not going to play an instrument that, I'm not the best at. And everything I do, I want to give 120%. So when I get better, that's when I'll step out and do different things. But for right now, I just want to continue to focus on writing.
And speaking of guitars, I understand you just got a new guitar?
It's so beautiful. You have no idea.
Tell us about it.
No one's ever going to be able to make another one. It says Living Life in Peace from Imagine. And then on the pick guard, it has 2 butterflies, one for me and one for my mom, because my mom loves butterflies. And on the back, in Mother of Pearl, it has a giant peace sign. And it's Gibson, of course, because Gibson's the best.
And I know that you're left-handed, but you write with your
right
hand.
hand.
So do you play guitar with your left or your right?
My right hand. I learned that because my dad told me I was going to learn the world backwards. And he was like, every door you try to open, he's like, it's going to be backwards for you. So you got to learn how to learn with your right hand. So once I learned how to play the guitar, I learned right-handed, and I started doing everything right-handed.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And did you pick up the guitar really fast?
I did. Well, I was wondering why I couldn't do it. I was playing left-handed, which made me play it upside down. So, because my dad would say, try to play it right-handed. So I would just flip his guitar. Didn't realize that there was a difference. Finally, I got a guitar that was right-handed, and I started getting better, and I did pick it up pretty quickly.
I have some amazing guitars, and it's just an instrument that I really wish I would have stuck with.
Yeah.
Number one, because it would have been great, when you're on dates and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Hey, I wanna play you a song
No,
real quick,
totally. It's the best.
I mean, come on, you're a girl. Girls love the
Girls
musician
love
thing,
guitars.
You know?
But you know what girls love? Girls love bass players.
Really? Why is that?
I think it's because like the guitar players think they're gonna get chicks with the guitar, but the bass player's always kind of quiet. And my bass player the other day, my brother plays guitar and drums, and
Trace?
my younger brother,
Okay.
who's a year younger than me. And my bass player said, "Bryson, I'm disappointed in you. You haven't stuck with bass." And he goes, "You get more chicks with guitars." He goes, "You are so wrong." And I was like, "Vashon, you're right," because everyone expects the guitar players to get all the girls, but like in Kings of Leon, the bass player is like the one that everyone loves, and even in Coldplay, love the bass player.
Did you go to that show, Kings of Leon? It
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, they're killer.
I loved it. Now, what about piano? Do you play piano at all?
Yeah, I learned piano. I play piano on my show.
Now, a lot of people that play piano play guitar or vice versa. Is
Right.
it because the chords are similar?
It's better if you learn piano first and then guitar. I learned guitar and piano, which made it harder.
Okay.
Because a lot of people think, oh, I can play guitar, I can play piano. So not true. But if you can play piano, you can most likely play the guitar. It's weird.
That is really weird.
Really weird. I think it's just because piano, if you learn how to teach your hands to go wider and different chords, you can automatically do it with the guitar.
Uh-huh.
The guitar, you get stuck kind of doing this whole thing, and it's more close together.
Right.
And then once you try to do the piano, your hands aren't really made to do that.
Now, we're backstage at your show. You're going to be going on stage in just a little bit. What kind of pre-show? What's your pre-show routine? And I know also that you do a lot of costume changes in this show.
Yeah,
too.
I warm up. I started my first 3 shows not stretching, and I woke up one day. I was like, I can't move. I was like, this is horrible. So I stretch. I warm up. That's the most important thing. The most important thing is that people forget is warming up and warming down are the most important things, because if I go out there, I can tell such a difference even in my performance.
Mm-hmm.
That even if I haven't warmed up at all, it's just good to get you in that mentality.
And and then costume changes. You're
Yeah.
I mean, do you just? I would imagine. I mean, there's so many.
I'm
of
like a
them.
Barbie.
You're like a Barbie.
I
Right?
just stand there.
How many people does it take to
4.
4 people?
4 people, and I just kind of it's doing all different things, because you don't always change a whole outfit. We have pieces, so it kind of builds and then takes away.
When you look back in the past couple of years, you've obviously grown as an artist and as an individual. What are the most significant changes that your music has gone through, do you feel?
I think at the beginning, I kind of done a mad roller coaster. At first, I started writing music, when I was younger, and when you do that, you're not writing really for anyone else. You're just writing for music that you really love. Then I started seeing myself starting writing for other people, and I hated it. And I was like, I don't want to write music because I want it to be played on the radio, and because I want people to like it. I want to like it. So as I started writing my second record, I started doing that a bit more, and then Time of Our Lives, I started doing kind of the same thing. Started trying, picking songs that I thought were going to go more with the clothing line and blah, blah. I'm like, it's not about my clothing line. It's not about the movies that I'm doing. It's about the music. That's what my CD is. So now I feel like I'm at a really good place where I'm just writing for me and not for anyone else.
And as you look at your, it's kind of an annoying question, but 5 years down the road, where would you like your music to be? As an artist, where would you like to be?
Hopefully I'm able to do I'm never going to say that I want to be a rock and roll artist, because that's a big honor to be called that. And I think people take it way too lightly. I think a lot of people would call themselves rock artists when they're necessarily not. I think there's different styles of it, and I want to be more alternative. Who I really respect is Pink did a really good job of keeping it
Her
pop
show
and then
is
rock.
amazing.
Yeah, and she has all the tricks, but she's still real. You still know she's singing every note, and I really respect her for that. And then I look at people like Janis Joplin and Joan Jett, and I kind of want to do something more like that as well.
And Pink has such a strong voice too.
She does, and she doesn't really care what anyone else thinks, and I really respect her for that.
Yeah, I went to that show this past week.
Yeah,
It
she's
was
killer.
Killer. And
Yeah.
she's up in the air.
Yeah,
and
she's great.
It's just crazy. Switching over to movies, I know that you got a film that you were doing this past
Yeah.
summer. Nicholas Sparks directed it, or he wrote it?
He wrote it.
Were you a big Notebook fan?
Every girl's a fan of The Notebook.
Isn't
You
it
watched
the
that
great-
and you
I'm a
sat.
fan of The Notebook.
No, my brother.
There's one movie that I have, I'll have a girl
You'll
over
sit there
to,
and
watch the movie.
cry.
That's the only movie I have. I think
No,
I've seen it a million
it's
times.
so sad. It's so good and so heart-wrenching. My brother totally looks hardcore, and he's his favorite movie is A Walk to Remember and The Notebook. So love it, and it's a good family story, but
And
kind of edgy.
Greg Kinnear's in it with you.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more edgy, and I'm excited for kids to see that.
Cool, and that's coming out
Early next year.
awesome. Well, Miley, thank you so much for
Thank
sitting
you so
down with
much.
us. I
No
can't wait
problem.
to see the show. I saw you at the Billboard Awards, so I haven't seen the full-on
Cool.
deal.
I'm
so-
excited. I think you're going to be impressed.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much. Peace out.